Hey guys, welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video regarding setting up STP, the BPDU Guard. Very simple lab. We're going to set up a small topology and verify that. So basically configuring BPDU, very simple lab, but at the same time, we need to set the switches up to communicate. What I want to do over here is I want to have two switches over here connected to each other over the gig 00 interface. That's going to be your trunk. We'll set that up. I've split up VLAN 10 with one port here, one port there, stretched it, and the same thing with VLAN 20. I've stretched it across. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to enable the port fast feature on this on all four interfaces, along with the complementary BPDU guard feature. So just in case somebody does connect up our switch to a port fast enabled port, it will automatically block the loop by disabling the port. So to do that, the first thing I need to do is set the switching environment based on that. Let me show you what the PCs have. IP addresses, basically the same thing that you guys see over here. PC1 has 1.51, 2 has 2.52, which are these two PCs, which are both connected to switch 1, port 01 and 03. And then I have PC3, which is connected to the other switch over here, 1.53, and PC4 is connected to, again, switch 2. This is port 1 and port 3, 2.54. I'm going to do the ping over here, but before that, let's go ahead and set the topology up for switching. So on switch 1, I'm going to start by naming it switch 1. I'm going to go to the 00 port, which in my case is my trunk port. Switch port, trunk encapsulation, .1Q, switch port mode trunk. I'll create my VLANs 10 and 20. While I'm on switch 1, let's go ahead and configure switch 1 completely, except for the port fast feature. So which I'll do together as part of the lab. I want to just set it up first. Gig 01 should be in VLAN 10, gig 03 should be in VLAN 20. Let's go ahead and do that. Gig 01, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, and gig 03 access and VLAN 20. Show VLAN should show me that the two ports are connected to the two different VLANs. Switch 1 is done. Let's go ahead and configure switch 2 now. Start with the name. Oops. Host switch 2, gig 0/0, switch port trunk, encapsulation.1Q, switch port mode trunk. All right, that takes care of that. Once this is done, now I'm going to go ahead and create my VLANs 10 and 20. Go to gig 0, I believe it's also 1 and 3. 1 is 10, 3 is 20. Same thing. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, gig 0/3, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Show VLAN 10 and 20 over there. Done. So at this point, they should be able to ping each other. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the ports down just to make sure that port fast kicks in and does its thing. So what I'm going to do over here is have all the ports shut down for right now. Actually, yeah, shut down and then bring them back up. 01, 03, shut. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other guy. Shut. So the interfaces are shut down over there. The reason I want to do this is I want to start my continuous ping and see the before and after of port fast. So 1.53 is the guy that I want to ping, I believe, if I type it in correctly. 1.53, how do I verify that I'm pinging the right guy? 1.53 is that one. But I forgot to put the continuous ping over here. I want to do that. 1.53, and this guy I want to ping 2.54. 2.54-T. So again, it's not working. I'll go to my switch, which is switch 1, no shut, and switch 2, no shut. As soon as I do that, if everything's hunky-dory, oops, wrong place, my ping would take some time for it to kick in. Why? Because my port fast feature is not enabled. So this is without port fast. Okay. Now, if I do want to do port fast, I can do that, but this time around, I'm also going to enable the BPDU Guard feature with it, which I said is a complementary feature that I always want to have. But before I get into that, let me see the ping work first. There you go. Ping eventually works after the listening and learning states have done their work. So it's working now. What I'm going to do in the meantime, go back to my switch, shut the ports again. This is 2. And I'm still under the interface range 1 and 3. So whatever I'm doing to both ports. So what I want to do over here is I want to enable BPDU Guard on it along with the port fast. All right, port fast. If you don't have port fast on a port, BPDU Guard really doesn't matter, because BPDU Guard is just preventing in case of a port fast port receiving a BPDU on it. Otherwise, listening and learning are there, so I would always be protected. So to do that, I'm going to do that on switch 1 first. I'm under the interface range of gig 0, 1, and 3. So I'm going to say spanning tree port fast, and then spanning tree to enable the BPDU Guard feature. Enable. So that enables it on both those 2 ports, which is gig 01, gig 03, VLAN 1020, both of them. And then I'll do the same thing over here because I'm still under the range. Spanning tree, port fast, spanning tree, BPDU Guard enable. It's just basically telling that port fast has been enabled. Make sure you're not connecting any switch devices to it. So now it's enabled. I'm going to no shut it on both sides, and my port should come into forwarding state immediately. So let's check that. There you go. See, the ping immediately comes up. I don't need to wait for the 15 and 15 seconds. And that's what the main objective is. Now, to verify this, whether the port fast has been enabled or not, that's what I've showed you guys over here. You can go in and check it port by port that it has been enabled on a particular port or not. So show spanning tree interface. In my case, it's gig 0/1 detail. When you do that, it'll tell you both things, that the port fast has been enabled. The port is in port fast edge mode. Basically, it's connected to an edge device, and BPDU Guard is enabled as well. So if I receive a BPDU over here, I should not get any packets. So if I receive a BPDU over here, it's going to bring the port down. All right, simple lab, just something that you should do on your networking environment. Get the best of both worlds. Forward immediately, don't wait, and at the same time, you also protect yourself with the BPDU Guard. All right, on to the next video now. In this next video, we're going to be taking a look at port channels. Thanks for watching. See you guys over there.